After devising about 200 jailbreak schemes, he finally realized one thing. Escaping prison doesn't require a foolproof, unprecedented idea. It just needs a method that everyone knows but no one dares to try. That is, to make a key with his own hands. In the dead of night, Mike took out a piece of paper and covered it over the keyhole of the cell door. He carefully pressed his finger around the keyhole to outline its shape in, then traced the lines with a pencil. This way, he obtained the shape of the keyhole. For the second step, he rolled up a piece of paper and carefully inserted it into the keyhole. He pinched the end of the paper with his fingers, then pressed the top with a pencil. When he pulled it out, 2 clear creases were left on the paper. This was the exact length of the key. The third step was to acquire the tooth shape of the key. During mealtimes, his cellmate would deliberately create chaos to distract the prison guards, while Mike took the opportunity to sneak a peek at the keys on the guard's waist. When playing ball, he pretended to pick up the ball from the wire mesh, but was actually stealing glances. Lining up was also a prime time for observation. Before long, he could draw a rough shape of the key from memory, and through multiple observations and comparisons, he continuously refined it until the drawn version was almost identical to the real key. Next was the most crucial step, making the key. What material to use? Wood. The prison workshop had woodworking tasks every day, which gave him the opportunity to collect wood. Mike hid a few suitable wooden strips in sandpaper, then quietly stuffed them into the bottom of his thermos. The only risk was that every day after work, the prison guards would inspect the thermoses. They usually tapped it a couple of times and poured out the coffee inside. When it was Mike's turn, the guard noticed his nervous expression and decided to pour out all the coffee and give it a vigorous shake. Fortunately, there was no sound of wooden strips rattling inside the thermos, because Mike had patted it with a rag beforehand. Late at night, Mike got to work. He carved out the grooves of the key with a small knife, repeatedly sanded it with sandpaper, shaved the handle of the key, and glued it together. Finally, he placed the key inside a lampshade to heat and shape it, then meticulously carved the tooth shape. After a series of operations, the key from his memory miraculously appeared in his hand. Holding his breath, he inserted the wooden key into the door lock and gave it a gentle turn. With a click, the lock actually opened. However, before he could rejoice for even 3 seconds, Mike saw another door in front of him. Each cell in this prison had 2 doors, and the outer door could only be opened from the corridor side. How could he unlock it from the outside while being inside? His partner suggested using a pull string to draw the key over from the opposite cell and insert it into the keyhole. Mike immediately rejected the idea, because while this method could insert the key, it couldn't turn it. At this point, they suddenly remembered that each cell was equipped with a mop. They discovered that by extending the mop handle out the window, it could just reach the keyhole of the outer door. The question was, how to turn the key. One day, while working in the workshop, Mike caught a glimpse of a hand-cranked shaft and inspiration struck. He immediately got to work and made a simple device. He drilled 2 holes in a wooden board, punched a hole at the top of the mop handle, and fixed the shaft to it with screws. Finally, he securely attached the key to the head of the shaft. Just like that, a set of tools for opening the outer door from the inside was complete. Mike carefully reached the mop handle out the cell window to the keyhole of the cell door, inserted the key, and gently turned the key shaft from a distance. With a click, the second door opened. Just then, a prison guard happened to walk by on patrol and came face to face with Mike. Mike panicked and squatted down to try and hide, but accidentally dropped